Working lap 12 of the NASCAR Nationwide Series at California, presented by GoDaddy.com, and the aerial coverage courtesy of our good friends at Goodyear. For track-tested technology, get there on Goodyear Innovation. Kyle Busch, we talked about his domination in the NASCAR Nationwide Series race a year ago. Of course, he led 95 laps earlier today to win the NASCAR Truck Series. And there are his numbers here. How impressive is that? 587 laps led. 19 trips here to this racetrack. Let's check in his pits with Jamie.
Doc, and 8 of those wins came in this very car, the 18, and his crew chief was Jason Ratcliffe. Now, we've talked about the 18 and the 20 crew chiefs being back atop the pit box. Jason Ratcliffe, you see him on the left side, but the man sitting next to him is Joel Weidman. He's the man that took Kyle, of course, to victory lane 5 times while Jason was on suspension, but he's back, and he told me he and Kyle are focused on winning this championship. He said it's the first time and the best opportunity they have to win that championship. So they're back together again, once again, and right now, guys, Kyle says the car doesn't have the grip he's looking for, but it's pretty good.
A lot of depth on that team there with Jason and Joel. Here is the 66 car now moving in, and that was a battle for 11th spot, and Stephen Wallace takes it away.
Yeah, he's going the right way, but Michael McDowell is going the wrong way. He's been slipping back from the start. He qualified 3rd, and you know, sometimes you can have a good qualifying race car, and that really can bite you when this race starts.
Yeah, and sometimes, especially young guys, they tend to get that car a little bit too tight, which feels good to them qualifying, and will lay down a fast lap. But you get into the race, and that car starts sliding the nose, then you lose a lot of speed through the center, and then that kills your straightaway speed. Not saying that's what Michael's done here, but you can really see him falling back.
You see that 10 car, David Rudeman, he's moving up. He's our biggest mover so far, still making up spots. He's moved up 11 spots since the start.
There's Justin Allgaier in the 12 car behind the 47 of McDowell. Allgaier driving for Roger Penske. He was the highest qualifying Dodge here in this one tonight.
A nice run for him so far. Doing a really good job. Watching him a few laps here. Looks like he's got his car handling really good on the bottom. Gets off the corner really well.
99 easing into your picture there. That is Michael Waltrip. Brand new race car for Jerry Baxter and the boys. For Michael, who said apparently he was very pleased with the handling of this car in practice.
It looks pretty good right now, too. I'm like you, Dale. I think for him to really be good, he's going to have to be working the top of the racetrack, and now we see him working on the bottom. But as this race progresses, that upper groove should come in a little better.
Yeah, I know a lot of these guys are hoping that it's going to anyway, because it allows you to get up there, give you more room, gives you passing opportunities. So they're hoping some rubber gets down up there and a little more grip for them.
Kevin Harvick down on the inside of the 1 car, Mike Bliss.
And Mike Bliss with another good qualifying effort this week and running well. He had a good run going last week. A few things went wrong there as he got caught up in a few things, but another good solid run as Kevin Harvick's trying to work that inside and take over the 5th spot.
Update Mike Bliss. Shannon.
Mike Bliss has really been battling loose conditions in his race car and qualifying, looking to hoping that it will tighten up as the race goes on today. But guys, this is his favorite chassis according to Mike Bliss. He told me that this week. He said he ran it to the ground last year. He finished 5th with it at Michigan, of course, the sister track to Fontana. Doc.
You know, when you have a race car you really like, these, you know, for a driver, I always like as a crew chief to give it to him. It gives him confidence. He gets down in the seat of that thing, and he just feels like that is the best car for him. And I've always been a proponent of just, if that's what he wants, keep bringing it to the track, even if you think you have a better car.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you guys always think that a lot, that hey, we got a better aero car and everything else. But I'm sure Rusty would say the same thing, man. Give me that car that feels good. We see Michael Waltrip taking the spot away here. But that's what you want as a driver, a car that you have confidence in, that you know when you get there it's going to give you that good feel.
Man, I tell you what, DJ, well said, man. There's no doubt about that. When a driver jumps in a car, it feels good to him. The seat fits good. That's a car he likes. That just means a whole lot. I tell you guys, one thing I'm watching here, though, in this race, kind of unconnected a little bit, is, boy, that top groove looks like it's really starting to come in. And these cars don't have a lot of horsepower compared to the Cup cars. It looks to me like turn 2, and those babies are flying off the top side of that racetrack right now.
Yeah, that does look like where the momentum is. For the guys that are running the top groove, it looks like coming off turn 2 and down the backstretch is where they make the most time using that momentum.
As Rusty was mentioning, the 29 car of Jeff Burton is losing some grip. Now, he has lost 3 positions in the last lap and a half. Now back to 6th spot. Jason Leffler on the left side of your screen, sort of in the center of a lot of controversy last week at Daytona. He is now moving up here. That car, Leffler up to 16th spot. McDowell has moved back from 3rd now to 17th position.
And Scott Lagasse Jr. there in the mix. He's in the red car trying to make a pass on Michael McDowell, and he was caught up in that Jason Leffler and Stephen Wallace deal last weekend. Had a good run going the whole day at Daytona, but making progress here too.
And behind in the 27 car of Jason Keller had a great top 10 finish last week. Now again, Jeff Burton is sliding backwards in the field, and now we'll lose that 6th position. Vince, what's going on with the 29 car?
Well, Jeff Burton is losing positions as he is dropping toward the back. Obviously got a long way to go because he started up front, but he says this car is very, very loose. Palm on the radio with Shane Wilson, who's subbing as crew chief this weekend for Darren Daringhoff, who had a baby earlier in the week. But Burton says this car is way too loose. Shane Wilson assured him, don't worry, we've got plenty of time. We'll snug it up at our stop.
Well, we heard Jeff Burton say in the countdown show that they found that their car got looser as the track cooled down, and that's going to be even worse. So they're going to have to make a pretty big swing at this thing, Andy.
Yeah, it used to be that the tracks would cool down and the cars would get tighter. And a lot of guys are having a hard time adjusting to whether it's this new tire or what's causing this. But most of the time now you hear as the tracks cool off, the cars get looser. So they're going to have to work on this car. I don't think it's going to tighten up by itself. They're going to have to make some adjustment.
Jeff Burton has been very good here over the years and has in fact won here back in the fall of 2007. See Brendan Gaughan continuing to move up toward the front. And folks, we are 21 laps in, so we're about halfway to a first pit stop if we stay green at Auto Club Speedway of Southern California. Kyle Busch has led all 22 laps thus far.